Share a screen. Desktop number 2. Done. And admit all. Just admit all. Sorry, just waiting for more people to join. Right. Okay. Well, that's looking a little bit bigger than me, isn't it, in that corner? So, right, there we go. Just admitting a few more. Turn the bells off, ding dong bells off. Right, can everyone hear me okay?
Yeah.
Great. See my mouse?
Yeah, see your mouse.
Great. Okay. Right.
That's a big spike.
Not easy, yeah. I said, I'll be back in a minute. Should have done the Arnie Schwarzenegger, shouldn't I? I'll be back. Because it's bloody, sorry, excuse me, if we are streaming, apologies. Yeah. So what we're looking, so quite
on all the markets.
Yeah, quite interesting here is that, just a quick explanation, you can see where we are, the 200 4-hour EMA. We've just come above the 1 hour 200 EMA, and we opened above C-ball, Camarilla breakout long, into the 1 hour. Let me just show you there under the 1 hour. So there's a 1 hour, and we opened above C-ball. And now, as you know, if you open above C-ball, the chances of a breakaway trade are very high. And we have broken up straight out to the top. Now, we're not going to give up on this gap being closed, because the market might fail all the way to the top here. Now, we are going against the trend. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to move our trade that we did live before we were streaming, before I actually got the streaming to actually work. I'm going to put some new keys into it. And we're going to we're just going to round this to around 100 pips, guys, because the ATR is 99 on the Dow. And what we're going to do, we're going to have that against the trend, stretching all the way down here. The chances of that, of the market closing the gap today, diminish significantly. Now, we're on a breakaway, so really not interested. We are interested in the first 15 minutes for the NASDAQ. So we've got a 15-minute bar trade on there. And you can see again on the US 500, we opened above Camarilla breakout long here. And the market's broken away. Stock is completely overcooked as well. So you would expect the market to be able to want to come down after we've had, but as I mentioned this morning, when we get the daily, when we get the markets all in a down day, usually get a reciprocal up there. So the markets have just really taken off. Of course, that's a daily edge, and they have really taken off, haven't they? So it's put that out the way for the time being, and I expect US tech NAS will be exactly the same. No, quite interesting. It's not behaved in the same way, and I think I haven't saved my pivots correctly. I don't think I've typed them in correctly. All right, let's just have a quick look. That's the one side. High was 25,498.
Yeah.
20.
It's not right.
No, I didn't. I've not saved them. I typed them in. And I've typed them in and not saved them. So let's just put them in correctly. 24,854.56. and then the low is 24,455.4. Just putting in the, and the closing gap is located at 24,491. I'll just round that. That's enough. The previous high was 25,275. I'm just going to round these because it's close enough. And the low was 24. I've lost my track now. 24,681. 681. There we are. That's the closing gap there. We have room. I just save that. We have gone up and opened again above camera breakout long. The markets are on, certainly on a breakaway. So we're going to put some alerts into here. If the market comes back down, we'll certainly will be interested, but we need to get the initial madness out of the way. Well, I've got I'm getting messages. No, right. Let's go and have a look at how we were doing from this morning. Let's go and have a look at gold.
Just jumped up a bit.
I beg your pardon?
I say that's just jumped up a little bit. Gold.
Right, let's go. We'll cover gold. Go and have a little look. We've got the bots running in, and is Jeanette online?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Jeanette. Have the bots kicked in yet?
So they kicked in a few times before lunch, and then it did well,
Okay.
and then it lost everything, and now it hasn't kicked in again. So what's going on there?
Well, that was a long answer. The answer was yes, they're working, and no, they're not.
Yeah.
Well, they're not at the minute. They haven't clicked in at the minute.
Yeah. Right. I've got my Muppet proof scalper on. Hasn't come back, but being the Muppet I am, doing the things that I'm doing, I forgot to turn that one off. But it is working. Yeah, I've got here since we've got the Amazon bot, been in and out twice and worked. Gold. Where are we? Yeah, gold at 1350, then 1411. Stopped entries. Oh, and then that gas has just made 88 points. I think that was a stop loss, locking in profit. Let's just have a look at that. Yes, it was. That gas was up over 200 points. And I've been moving my stop, and I moved my stop under here, and it just picked me out. But not too upset about that. Collecting profits, not a bad thing to do. So 1 hour and 4 hour, the market has been really nudging on, going absolutely fully bullish. Price action is bullish. We are trading above the 9 EMA. Trend is testing to go long at the moment, and it just popped its head above the 200 EMA line. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to zoom into the 15-minute. I'm going to put some alerts into here, and we'll see what's happening. I'll put an alert there for that reverse fractal. I'm going to put an alert back down into this consolidation area here. And when that clicks off, we'll see what's happening. So that was nat gas, high-grade copper. We're up 900 points on high-grade copper. So that's good. I'm going to move my stop under these reversal fractals here. Just put them on and show you. So there's the fractal reversals there. And we're up 900. I've took profit off, and I'm running We're 1,000 pips up now. I'm going to lock in. We're locking 400 points on there. And we'll see how that one goes. Silver, not touch silver at all. It's negative, but it's the price action on silver is terrible, isn't it? Look at that. It's lower than a snake's belly. It's just grubbing around. It's just grubbing. It's slowly trying to pick up pace. But you know, if you look at where we are from a day trading point of view, we are price action positive. We are trend negative. There's a 1 hour 200 EMA, and there's the 4 hour 200 EMA is located. So, oops. We have got a way to go before we break these levels here to make the market fully positive again. So the market is negative, and yeah, not brilliant. So that's enough on that. Let's go back to gold. Right. Gold moving to 15-minute bar. I've got this big indecision bar. We usually get that when the American market opens. It either stops us out if we're in, and if we are in, then we usually either have to have a large stop and the bot's doing its thing anyway. And it'd be nice to have a wee bit of a pullback. We're price action positive on the 15 minutes and the 1 hour, and we are just nudging the 200 EMA, the 400 EMA is located down here. We have had a breakout. So what we're really doing, as I think I said in the edge this morning, we were going to bonk. Where is it? What did I say on gold this morning? Rather than guess, because there's a lot of people got this and you get a load of notes if I said the wrong thing. We're cautiously buying this, and my target for today was targeting the 500 areas. So it was trades above 880 up here. We've been trading, and we're looking to push into here today, which would be nice. So I'd like to see. Look at that. That's a nice flat bottom there on 15-minute bar. Oh, better to put the live stream on. Right. Everyone's really quiet. So, the bot's just automatically done a stop to entry. So that's locking in profits. And we can have a 15-minute bar and finish this market off, ideally today, into a big round number. We're just got to make sure we are risk-free before the news comes out at 3 o'clock in 14 minutes time, in case that has an effect on gold. So let's go and have a look at what was happening this morning. Did a few after the live session this morning, did a few multiple trades. So we left that on this morning. When I left, very nice indeed. If you've left your trades on, that was a nice 3% out of the FTSE this morning. And then I took a fractal break, which was here above the close, to go along a little bit further. I'll show you the fractals. Oops, wrong fractal. There's a fractal break out there. There's a fractal break on 15 and 5. So there's a fractal there. To take that fractal, we never take when the market pulls back on a fractal, you never take the first break of that. You always look for the second. So there was indeed the second fractal breakout, and the second fractal breakout on a 1-to-1 was there. On a 1-to-1 risk reward, straight into the daily pivot, which was really nice. I've got a longer trade going for the target on a futures contract. I'm just going to look at that. I want to take that off. while I'm talking. No, we'll leave that. I'll leave it running. Just move me stop to entry. Right, okay. So very nice indeed. 3% into the close, plus another 1%, 4% on FTSE. How did you do in the room, guys? Did you leave it on for the full Monty, or did you come out, or have you added to it? Everyone quiet.
I took two.
I'm just trying. I can't see how. Yeah, my things are about 83 pips. I got my.
Cool.
Let's see.
Yeah,
I left the part on. It's not very
good.
big.
Well done. Good trading this morning. Yeah, we'll give the FTSE a good ringing. Now, I did mention this morning, and I mentioned on the DAX the phenomena, the person. I mentioned about as well as writing strategies. I'm going to be writing about the personalities of the assets that we trade, and I think I did write it, some of it into the edge, or did I only think it on the edge? Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, here we are. Friday can be a strong day. If trading above the close at lunchtime, it will take off. So it did where it said in the can, so that's good. We've got that rise. We had that breakout this morning, and then a trade up here into the DAX. Personally, I didn't take it. I was trading other things. Can't trade everything at once, but yeah, it's done a full 61.8% fib, and it's testing Camarilla breakout long. It's now pushed the 1 hour into a 1 hour trend positive, but it needs to get its head and shoulders into C-ball for a positive market. This is a potential sell. Now, quite interesting here. Now, although the DAX runs up in the afternoon, on a Friday afternoon, if it's running on gas at lunchtime. But we have the American markets all opening up above C-ball, all on an extended run, all out of balance. And that balance has got to be brought into play, put back into balance by the end of the day. And that's likely to happen being a Friday as well. So if that happens, it will pull the European markets down. So we need to be cognizant of that. We could maybe take advantage of that while the DAX is negative. Now, I did say it would run up. The issue we've got here with the DAX is its personality, it runs up, but it's running into a negative territory. It's negative on trend, although it has broken away. The thing that we've got to contend with is the American market going to have that influence on the DAX? It certainly will on the FTSE, but will the DOW will have a big influence on the FTSE? But is that going to pull the market back down today to get us into a trade? So what we do have, so that, the gap was obviously closed this morning. What we do have is a nice reversal fractal here for the market to come back off, even if it's just to the yesterday's close, which is 89 points. The ATR on the DAX today is 71. No, it isn't. It's 51. So there's a lot of scope there if the market starts to reverse. I think what we'll do, we'll put an alert under the daily high here. And if the market does decide to turn, then we can get on board and do a cheeky short. FTSE is bullish after having all-time record highs. The FTSE was always going to have a good old crack. And that's my high target for the day. Will we get there? We've been at 62. We've been within 7 points of it, which is a front run of Camarilla breakout long. If we get there, and the DAX starts to the Dow, sorry, starts to falter, which will come right up into that high, we could actually trade that short. So looking at this, I know Andy's not in, or Bridget, Eja's not in, so you can't answer the question. A question to everyone else, apart from the old hands. Look at this market. It's all the way up there. Looking from the close, we are from the close. Oh, get the bloody ruler working. From the close, we are 729 points. A 5-day ATR, the average true range for the Dow from the closing gap, 628. So we're out of balance. Anyone suggest what we can do to cover that out of balance? Two things we can do.
Is it a wall trade?
No, it's not a wall trade. That would be a wall.
Options.
Say again?
Options, if there's a gap, if there's a...
Absolutely, yeah. Options is one of them. That's a really nice one. The other one is the 5-day ATR, of course, trade. And the 5-day ATR is set at 828 pips away from that close. So we'd set that at, did I say 800? 628. So we could set this at 628. We can just 128, and then we'd set that with a reversal of 188 stop, not reversal, a 30% ATR stop, which would be 188. That's a 5-day ATR trade. Now we're going against the trend, so we would want to do that at 0.5%. So we're going to go for a bit of a monster trade, which is we want 628. We only need to do it. I'm going to put 628 first, and it should be a 188 trade. Okay, because it's a 1-to-1. But I'm going to use alerts for doing that. So we're going to put a trade in, and we're going to look for the market to close the gap. And we're going to put this in at 49,540 in there. We'll take that one out. And what we're looking for is the market to come back into balance and start trading. But what I'm going to do here, it's a one-to-one risk group. Let's get rid of this. It's a one-to-one risk reward. So what I'm going to do, this is the 5-day ATR is a one-to-one risk reward trade. So what I'm going to do is mark the one-to-one risk reward up, and I'm going to put an alert into here if it triggers. So that should be prior to the profit take. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to do exactly what Jeanette said. We're going to pull the options up and see if there's any cheeky options we can put in on here. So I'm going to bring this up. Some put options in here. So we're going to do the indices, daily, Dow. And we're only going to put a small amount on here because we've got news coming up. But if we think this is out of balance, and we do, I don't think anything's going to really affect this market too much. It'd be a spike when we get the Michigan news. But overall, the market, I would suggest, is probably going to come down. We don't need a lot of movement. But what we do know is that we can get involved in this. So we're at 49,600. Let's call it around 49,600. What have we got here? 49.6s, 49.5s. So quite expensive. 49.6, 49.5s. You can see market's been priced in at the moment that the market is definitely, well, highly probably going to be not going to be at this level. We can put a little quarter play in. I could put a little quarter play in there. Now put this in now. You don't have to follow me on this because we can record this. We can talk about this on Monday. if and when it comes down. But I'm going to put a very small play on there, a quarter contract. What we're really saying is, at the close of play tonight, UK time 9 o'clock, the market is going to be under these levels. 49,620, we're 49,630 at the moment. So what I'm saying is the market is going to be below here, and we're looking for a payout if the market comes off. So I'm going to place that there. Got an order in there, and we'll, obviously it's recorded. We can go back and review this on Monday on doing the options play when we got out of balance. So we've got the 5-day ATR play there. What we can do is readjust, because this hasn't happened to us going up, to be able to catch the 628 pips. What we can do is use that 30% ATR and move our entry, not exactly walking the dog, but we can move our entry pretty damn high to be able to catch this market. So let's drop into a 5-minute time frame, and you can see where we are at the moment. And just looking at the Heikin-Ashi structures. So it is all very, very positive, and that we've got a bit of a runaway there, but we're bouncing into the 2-day high here. So can we go a little bit higher? Let's just go into the 3-minute structure. We don't want to get caught out in any. Here you can see the market starting to fail. Indecision candle here tried to fail, and that would have obviously triggered us in. I'm not really prepared to go any higher to put this short on until if the market breaks out towards the BRN, big round number at 4,700. Then I'll think about coming a little bit lower. The other thing I would think about doing as well is if it does come a little bit higher, significantly higher, we could go on and put a second option in. We've got a very small bite at the cherry. We could put another
triggered.
another put in as well and see how that goes. But we've got to remember as well is if the Dow comes down, then the FTSE will come down as well, because they're highly correlated. In the afternoon, the FTSE tends to look at this, right into that BRN. So I'm going to quickly look over. I'm looking quickly at the shorts, at the puts. Sorry, at 14. They haven't really come down too much. Right, I'm looking at the 49,620s. I'm looking a bit higher now, 46,980s. Where we are now, I'm going to put a quarter in there again. Boom, I'm in there again. And we might see some profit taken into the BRN here, but we don't know that. We've got a R3 trade there, which is not valid because we've just tipped the balance between the 4 and the 1 hour 200 EMA. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move this up a little bit higher under here. We'll round that up to 90, 89, sorry, 90 there, 49,590. If we just come across, you'll be able to see why we've done that. We're putting that right into all these rejection pins, just at the bottom of the rejection pins. And if and when the market does pop off down, then we will catch the market coming down. If it bounces off here, then the impulsive move is around about 94 pips. And we've put in a double ATR, which is 188. So if the market comes down and triggers, if we are correct, the impulsive bounce should not knock our stop out. It doesn't mean to say the market isn't going to go above our stop. And if the market goes above our stop before it's actually triggered, then we're going to take this trade off. Is that clear? Yeah? Everyone's quiet. Yeah, sorry. Let's have a quick look at what's happening So we're high grade copper now is monster in it. I think I might look at taking some more money off. So we're waiting to see what. Well, let's have a quick look at the FTSE. That'll have probably been brought up into the target level. No, it hasn't actually. So that something's stopping it. So remember what we were saying this morning about correlations. We need to go and have a look at what's happening with crude. Because if crude's starting to come off, it's going to stop. Be a bit disappointing if I miss the target by 5 points. But we can't complain. We've took 3% out of it at least. You know, some of us more. Let's go and have a look at crude. Oh yeah, crude has punched it down a bit. As it's still where we are on the smaller levels. Well, no, crude should be shoring it up. That's interesting. So crude's going to help it up. The Dow's coming up, so the FTSE should come up a little bit further. When the Dow reverses, if it does, then the FTSE should come down. But I don't like this action. We looking at crude, one of oil, a good driver in the FTSE is pushing up. It's on the back of all-time record highs. It's done a massive run this morning from the 8 o'clock open. It's huge. It's what, 121 pips, and Clive got 90 of them. Well, fantastic.
I've just closed mine.
Yeah, it's a brilliant
I've got
trade.
to take the dog for a walk in the moment.
Great. So Clive sat there like a Cheshire cat, sat on a pile of rupees. 125 pips is a full 5-day ATR. So the market from top from the low to the high has run a full average, a full 5-day average run.
Trader.
So if the Dow comes off, this should drop quite quickly. Should. Quite interesting. I'm just going to look at what the alerts have gone off, and see what the alerts have. What's triggered? Nat gas. Oh, we should be looking at nat gas again. And US tech has come off. Let's go and have a look at that US tech. Right, that's gone and punched C-ball. So you can see where the market has come down. It's punched C-ball and had a reaction. It is negative. So
Dow Jones just hit that 700.
Yeah, the 2049 for 700. Yeah. So that I put a put in on that. The Daily Wall Street, and I'm in the money straight away.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So well done with if you did the puts with me.
No, I didn't. Unfortunately, no. I've got to
Didn't?
go. But I've got it on a
well,
big chart, and it looks like it's just gone up there and bang.
Yeah, they hit the big round numbers and reverse off. So gold has just hit full target as well on the bot. So what we're looking for here is this market to we've got a fractal under the daily pivot here. The market's negative, so the 15-minute bar is this bar here. At 4:30 finishes at not 4:30, at 2:30. It's 15-minute bar. Finish is at 45. So the trade actually is so that there's the top of the bar, there's the bottom of the bar. It's a negative market. So the trade actually is the 15-minute bar break coming down here. It's also a fractal on 15 minutes. I think it's also a fractal on 5. Yes, it is. It's a fractal all the way. So as well as being that breakaway on the 15-minute, first 15 minutes of action, it's a 15-minute fractal and it's a 5-minute fractal. So everything's pointing pretty good to close that gap. The issue is we would like an ATR to get in on that as a 1-to-1 risk reward, and that ATR is 71. So 71, yeah, we can run that. We can run with that one. We can run with that one with 110 pips. 110 pips as a stop to close that gap. And we only need an ATR stop for the bounce, which is 71 plus a spread. We'll call that 73. And we can do a full 1% because we are going with the trend, and we're going to, oh, wrong way around on that, 71, 73, sorry, and 110 is a direction. So I need to wait for these things to happen. So 104, 24,604. And we're in, and then we've got the position that should be 73. Sorry, 73. Trying to put the minus. Right. So what we're looking for is a less than an ATR bounce once this actually breaks. So we've got that trade in. We'll go and have a look at. I'm looking at the options on Wall Street, and they're flat now. So the Dow must be still hovering around the top. Yes, it is. So you can see how the bounce off the BRN. And let's wait and see what happens. We've got the options in the S&P. It's a look at the S&P. While I've been talking, has anyone been trading gold long? I know the bots have. They've just cashed out at full price, which is nice. So I've just put an alert in for the S&P to roll off under C-ball as well. Let's go and look at gold. And the target today in gold, so it's all cashed out, which is nice. There was an indecision bar plus a 15-minute bar there. What would that, would we be able to trade that 15-minute bar and come back down and retrade that 15-minute bar actually? 1-to-1, I think I'll give that a miss because we've made some good money out of gold this morning, and that's just this afternoon on the bots. When did they cash? What time did the bots cash out? 15:06, so 5 minutes ago. Amazon's cashed out again on the bot. These new bots now whacking Amazon are doing really good. It's shot in the backside of it at the moment. It's this week it's been absolutely tearing a new one out of Amazon. Go long and short. It's traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times to the bots. Traded 5 times today on a 5-minute time scale. 1.5 out of 5. Sixth. Oh, right. No, it's traded 6 times, and at 8:10 it lost. Oh, no, 7 times in that one. So it's 1.6 out of 7 today. And it runs on 5 minutes. So it's a high frequency trader scalper bot. The alerts have gone off. It's going to look at high grade copper. Whoa, that's 1,100 pips up now. We should not took any money off that, but there we go. Took profits. We'll run that up a bit further under the 200 EMA, lock in the 800 points. So if you're following me on that, lock in that now. And we're looking at nat gas for a reversal. That was the alert that just punched on nat gas. So is anyone interested in trading nat gas? Is Rory it now? The guys that trade it aren't in the room today. This afternoon, they're in this morning. So we've made some nice money on that gas. There's no reason why we can't make it again. Some more again. That big indecision candle. Right, I'm going to trade nat gas. In 1 minute's time, we've got a beautiful 15-minute bar there. Stop under this swing low, and we're going to look for a 1-to-1 risk reward. Just have a quick look at what that looks like at the moment. That's 88 pips with a spread of 3. So that's 91 plus 1, 92 and half the other way. 90, call that 94 pips. And in 59 seconds, that will be a trade. So 94 and 94 as a minimum 1-to-1. We'll have a crack at that one. 44 seconds to go. I'm just making sure we are popped up above the 1 hour. And we're right on the limit here. I think that's good enough for me to be able to do 1%. And 27 seconds to go. We'll have a look at that trade there at 5:28. And what we're going to do, we're going to put a stop to entry in front of the BRN, big round number, right in front of the 38% retrace level. So we're going to have a big, I'll tell you what, we'll put an alert here. So the alert up here will be, once we're triggered in, that we'll be able to do some risk management and manage our risk. And the next alert for the day, if you're carrying on trading into this evening, then we want a front run the BRN, big round number, in here, 3,600. So there's another player on nat gas. Gonna have to get another bunch of rupees out of that. That would be good. We've got a very slow recovery, but it's I don't mind being slow and boring. Slow and boring's good. You can make money out of slow and boring. Jedi Master, not name Jedi Master. Oh, is that Javi? Yeah, we smashed it 3 out of 3 on the FTSE this morning as well. Just took some more on gold. That's with the bots though. I didn't trade that manually. Right, let's just have a look at where we are. I'm just looking at the portfolio there for the trades. The weekly goals for the 11th, they're into the money as well. A 1.91. I can see the bots have come back in again on gold by the look of it. Right. Yeah. Bots have come back in on gold. Let's just have a look at that system trade in a minute. See if there's any. It's no pullback. I'm looking at where I'm looking at is this stotch down here. For pullbacks to put the Pac-Man on and the scalper to try and finish gold off into the the 5,000 levels. That would be nice to do. but we've got another 13 minutes and we'll have some news there. So three o'clock. Oh, we've got the news. Right. Okay. We've got the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. It was 56.4, scheduled to be down at 55, coming at 57.3. 57.3 is higher than consensus, which will put it will put strength into the dollar. What does that mean for gold? I'm trying to get me little graph out that I was showing everyone. Well, the stronger dollar means weak gold. So let's have a look. Have I got my 6 pillars? Have I done? Where's my gold? I'm going to put this into the playbook for everyone to have a look at and to use. From the gold training session that I did this week. Your device couldn't respond to the server, maybe a problem. Right, I need to switch on OneDrive. I'll just switch the OneDrive on and then you'll be able to see it all appear. All right, OneDrive. Where's the... Yeah, I can turn that off. Python's asking for an update. Where's my OneDrive gone? Got too many applications, I think. Where is it gone? Oh, there it is, right in front of my eyes. I'll launch OneDrive. I'll launch the pillars. The little graphic that I've done sums things up quite easily. I think I did call it the 6 pillars. Let's come onto a different screen. Put it onto that screen. So, hierarchy of drivers. So, one of the biggest drivers, interest rates and dollar strength. We've just had the consumer inflation, and that's given us a heads up that US dollar is stronger. So that's going to make the dollar, a stronger dollar makes the metal more expensive for international buyers, where a weaker dollar does not. Therefore, we get a little drop down in gold. Not significant, but even so, a little pullback. And a nice little pullback, it'll be really, really nice to get on board. Again, you've got to be patient for these things. Got to wait for the right setup. You can see we've had the phase 1, pullback 2, phase 1, another pullback, and we're just looking for this market to run into those phases. You can see column of phase or a wave. Markets only move in 2 directions. They either go up or they go down. They don't do anything else. So at the moment, you can see here quite clearly the market is up And there's the 200 EMA. We're following up from 5 minutes, actually. 15 minutes, 1 hour now, and 4 hours. So you've got to ask yourself, is a trend in play? Yeah. The trend's in play from 4 hours, well, from 1 day all the way through to 5 minutes, as you've seen. So which direction is the market going to run in? It's going to go up, isn't it? Price action is up. So 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, all up. Price action, all up. So your job as a trader now is to choose your weapon, which could be it could be a smart, I'm going to put a disappearing pen back on. It could be a fractal break, like so. There's the fractal there and a bottom fractal here. It could be a closing 5 minute bar, like so, over the 9 EMA. You could wait for a 15-minute bar, a new 15-minute bar. A new 15-minute bar is actually right there now. And it's not surprising the bots took that anyway. So you could actually do, looking at all this, you could actually put yourself in for a 15-minute bar there. Stop under that swing low. 55, is the spread still large? Yeah, it is, isn't it? 0.5 up to 1, what's it now? 1.6. So we've got the issue we've got here running and trading on a 15-minute level, and this is the things you've got to think about, is can we have a one-to-one risk reward that, given the trend, can we get a one-to-one, which would be a higher probability trade before there's anything in the way? And what's in the way is a big round number. And we've got a big round number before our one-to-one risk reward, which is a bit of a pain. And given that we've already made a lot of money out of this today, I would walk on by with that one. The bot, yeah, the bot's doing what the bot does. That's irrelevant. So if we are going to trade this, we want to trade it in 5 minutes, because we can use fractal structures, put the fractals on to keep us as safe as we can. We do not take, when a fractal starts coming down like so, we do not take the first reversal ever. It's always the second, or the second one coming down with a break, or a second one building back up. And what I mean by that is, can I put this pen in? This is a highlighter, that, so I've done the wrong thing. Smart pen. So this is going to potentially be a fractal top there, and then we'll get the next fractal here, and that will go like that, and then up, and so on, like so. This one wouldn't take it, because it's not good enough, because you don't know whether it's good. You know, we might get a little pimple up here, get us tuck in, and then the market might take us back down. Never, after the market pulls back, you don't ever take the first here. So if you were going to take one, it would be here, this one here, and that would be your stop there. Or you would then have to wait for a second structure, and then it's got to give you a one-to-one risk reward. Quickly use the one-to-one risk reward tool. If you decided to take that one, would that give you a heads up into a BR before a BRN? Just being just good enough is fine, because it's good enough. So we can take that. All right, I'm not looking at what people are saying, sorry. How you handle an entry if you have a potential entry, but the 4-hour stotch is well bought. All right, hi. Doesn't matter on the stotch. As you can see here, things can be, when the market is really, really bullish, when the freight train's running, you can keep it running for a long time. Got these runs here, keeps running and running and running. And that can be the same on a 4 hour as well. So don't get too hung up about that stotch. On the 4 hour, this stotch went from the 21st of January for 8 days and never came back down. So it doesn't matter. The stotch does not matter if it's if the market's overcooked. What have I just done? I've gone and deleted stuff. I better reload the gold. It doesn't matter. So potential entry, how do you handle? So I'm assuming this is a question from the comments that I had. GE86, I don't know who GE86 is. But if you are looking for a 15-minute bar entry, let's take this, clear all my drawings. One thing I would say, if you are, people are asking questions about entry on 15-minute guides and the like. If you go to my website, I'll pull it up now, hit the website here. All these guides are in the descriptions of the, I don't think people read the descriptions in the videos, but if you go on here and you go to free resources and scroll down, that will give you a 15-minute bar entry guide. And now, can I pull the guide up? It's a free guide to help people understand how to get in and what not to do, etc. I'm just having a quick look if I can find it quickly in 15 minutes. ATR 15-minute reversal strategy. I think it's buried in that. Yes, there's a video on that as well, actually. Let's see if this one will it open. Which screen is it open on? Right. So you can download this, Mr. GE86, and that's free on the website. It tells you about the 15-minute bar, how to look up, and it's not about the stotch at all. It's all about the exponential moving averages. So you can, it tells you the sequence, the setup, illustrations of the charts, what you should actually be looking for. And as you can see, stotch is not mentioned. What it does mention is the shape of the bars. Now, people are talking about using dojis, all sorts. Do not use, if you're momentum trading, get your candles, screw them up, throw them in a bin. I can actually work considerably better. These are Aikanashi candles. There are only 3 types of candles with Aikanashi. There's either a flat bottom candle, which shows the markets in this illustration, accepting the price straight away and going up. The reverse is the same when it's going down. A small wick with a wick to the top as well. So long as the wick is smaller than the body, still positive. I would call this a grade 1 bar where the market's just shooting up great. This line here is a 9 EMA. I'm running through this quickly. It's a few pages, 5 pages. This one is a do not trade. So 3 bars. There's a positive bar, green, negative bar, red, and then there's an indecision bar, which can be red or green. And that indecision bar is when the body is significantly less than the wick. And the wicks are rejection points to both the top and to the bottom. One little rule of thumb is if you're in a positive, if the overall trend is long and you have an indecision bar, you don't trade the indecision bar, you wait for a grade 1 or grade 2 to follow. But the chances are, if it's green, then you are going to get an indication to the top side, not to the downside. And if it's red, vice versa. So there you are. There's your guide on how to get in. Doesn't matter when the markets are really running, forget your stotch. It's not a good indication. I hope that helps. But you know, that's where you get it from. These are all free resources if you want to download them. Why traders fail. It's an update from 30 million trades for 100,000 traders. And the headline stats really are 61% of all traders get their direction right. They just screw up the risk management. And there's risk management. The most important thing, of course, which is the least downloaded document I've got, but the most important one, which is importance of emotional intelligence and how to look at the market. I'm writing a paper at the moment that I'm going to publish on a blog that I've just started doing. Got blog pages here, and there's a few blogs there all about that'll be good for you for next year, how to trade the Santa Rally. It worked this year, made a killing out of it, went really well. It did 12% this year. Last year it did 10. Tells you all about it, tells you why gold moves and what to do. And I'm going to write a blog on what makes a day trader, the characteristics of a day trader, and some of the things that you have to check. And they're the things that we teach in the room anyway. But go on the website and they're just indicators that you can see that I'm using now. And the one that is the most important one, really, for people who are quite comfortable with getting a wee bit of guidance and trading. We have a whole, the daily edge, and I've just flicked it up a few times. This is a thing that we use every single day. And an independent review of all this from last year when we started give us a 97.8% accuracy. We deliver it 5 days a week, every single week. And I don't know, if you're a trader, you must be mad not to use the daily edge. It gives you the edge in the morning and in the afternoon on what to trade. So I'll just remind you, it looks like this. Can I make it larger? Whoops, I can't, but I need a bigger page, don't I? Right. It's delivered to your inbox at UK time 7:30 AM. Tells you whether the market's risk on, risk off, and the rationale and reasons why. Gives you hyperlinks if you don't believe what I'm saying to back it all up. Tells you what's happening in the main indices. And the things that we're really interested in is German markets and the UK markets in the morning we focus on. These are all the key pivots, so you don't have to calculate them yourself. Highlights exactly what's happened overnight in the past 24 hours, so you can get a quick read on what's going on, what's going to happen today, economic events and developments, and the calendar of bombs that are going to probably knock you off your perch potentially in trading. And then core trading ideas for the day. We've already done that on one. This can be strong in the afternoon. Tick, it did exactly what it said it was going to do this morning at 6:30 in the morning. Gold, tick, it's heading towards 500. We've already been trading that. You've been watching me. Silver, this is looking at shorts, really. There's nothing really setting up on silver. Crude, we've not looked at crude. We've had a look at crude, but not traded it. We can have a look at crude. And the top 2 Forex trading ideas for the day. And then all this is run as well through AI tools. I was talking about the GPTs this morning. I'll do a quick run of the GPTs and I'll pull the data up when it finishes. And then we can have a little look at what's going to happen. I'll put it to one side so you can see. These are all in the Slack room. And so we'll just hit that one. And we can get, what do we want to get? Do we want to get run the updates? We can run the FX updates. That might be interesting. Rank all FX, rank it all today. So it's now running. And when the result comes, I'll flick it across and it will, what it's going to do, it searches 160 different websites, data streams, gets some information, it then correlates that to other things that happen in the market. It then double checks it to make sure it's all right, and then puts it in a Word document for us to have a look at and decide whether we want to trade it, whether we agree with all the market analysts from Reuters, Bloomberg, and all the rest of them, with Forex Factory, Trading View, investing.com, and the rest, loads of them. So these are just AI tools that we use every day in our trading. So GE, yeah, I guess you trade you trade the, as well as gold. I assume you'll be trading the DAX and the FTSE, and we get that right over 90% of the time. So get hold of the Daily Edge. It's on the website. Get it delivered to your inbox every morning. It's a good bit of kit. Steve, I've heard FTSE 100 is not fluid and like treacle to trade. No, FTSE's brilliant. If I had to choose one index to trade, and only one index only, it'd be the FTSE for sure. It's got a hell of a personality, quite easy to read, and yeah, it runs really, really well. The DAX, it's very spiky, very volatile, but we trade that as well, and we quite often do really, really well on the DAX. But if there's three indices to trade, number one would be the FTSE, number two would be the S&P, number three would be the DAX. And if I want to gap trade, then it'd be the DOW is the best by a long way. You can absolutely muller that. But, you know, if you follow the trading rules that we use here, it's very systematic in the way we trade all these gaps. And you can trade the gaps for a living. So your trading can last 30 minutes a day, and that's it every day. One of the things you do need to do is, if you are trading the markets, is that you do need to know the daily pivots. You do need to understand where the markets are going to bounce off and bounce to. So it's already done. When you say it runs like treacle, well, it's run a full 5-day ATR already. That's a bit of a sprint, and it's the only one that's doing all-time record highs at the moment. Whereas the DAX has been down for 3 days in a row. So is the S&P, and so is the NASDAQ, and the FTSE's just rocketed. So don't believe what everyone tells you. Oh no, we're on YouTube now. I said, don't believe what most people on YouTube tell you. Most of them aren't traders. Most of them are there for doing polished videos to get people to watch it and be entertained, so they can make advertisement money out of you, and sometimes maybe mislead you and everyone in my room knows what I think about YouTube traders. 99% of them are a lot of rubbish, and they're not traders. They just talk rubbish. I've not seen one of them talk about daily pivots. Not one of them. Do I trade the gaps? Now here we go. This is a Forex trader, isn't it? And right, okay. Yes, we trade the gaps. I'm talking professionally. Gaps. There only is one gap, and that's the closing gap. The gap from yesterday's cash close to the following day's cash open. And the difference between it is called the gap. We use Heikin-Ashi, therefore there are no trading gaps on holes in the market. So we're in Heikin-Ashi there. If we turn Heikin-Ashi off and put normal candles off, we go back to the Stone Ages and use candles. Yeah. Then if you've got candles, then you will see the gaps, and then that's how you trade. That's what you'd be seeing if you are using normal candles. And psychologically, you got red, green, red, green, red, green. Doesn't look particularly good, and you might find the odd gap. But why do I want to trade the gap when I can use Heikin-Ashi and techniques that win 80-90% of the time? not necessary. So look at those: red, green, red, green, red, green. And then I changed it to using the Heikin-Ashi view. And all that red, green, red, green, red, green will disappear. Because I'm now using momentum candles. I can then comfortably stay in the market, knowing that the momentum and the force is with you. And using the 9 EMA, there's videos all over the YouTube on my site about the 9 EMA, how to extend it. There's a series of four videos. I take you through part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, 15-minute bars, 15-minute bar, 200 EMA, 200 EMA, trend finding, 200 EMA and fractal overlays, 15-minute bars with fractal overlays. You know, there's a series of 4 videos there that all these Heikin-Ashi as well. Now you help me a lot with the sight of the chart. How you look, it really was nice to hear. Well, if I can help someone, great. Totally great. I can ask you more. Plenty to the yeah, HA is great. They're really, really good. I do get a bit, I'm a bit anal retentive with my targets as well. I do like my targets to get hit. And we use lots of different techniques, including Fibonacci and pivots, because we know the markets are going to get pushed. The professional traders, in other words, the people who trade for a living, that counts, not trade to make a video to earn revenue out of all the guys watching on YouTube, but professional traders that do it for a living actually don't use demo accounts, use real accounts, real money. Know where all these pivots are. And the big institutions push to these pivots. And I use the same tools as the institutions are using. They use a lot more than I use, of course. We use basic stuff, but you know, keep it simple, stupid, the KISS principle. If you've got systems that work and they work every day and make you money every day, then why not use them? And I get really hacked off when I miss my targets. And that one has got up to height of 63.5. And I want 69. 67. And 1.8 pips off a full day target that we identified at 6 o'clock this morning. But never mind. It would be nice to hit it. I know we've already made a bunch of rupees, but that's great. You don't know how often I watch your videos. No, I don't know. You can't see who watches the videos. And I must do some more, I know, but it's getting round to it. Main focus is my guys in the trading room and mentoring them and helping them to be successful. Not necessarily YouTube. When I get time, I can do things on YouTube because it's nice to try and help people. But my main focus is everyone in my trading room. I want to make everyone as successful as possible. Right, yeah. Thanks for those comments. That's really nice. Thank you. Appreciate that. I go on YouTube because I try and make it real. You know, we don't win all the time, we lose, and you can make as much, you can build your experience just as well losing as you can winning. Ideally, you'll win most of the time, but you can't win every single day. That just doesn't work. Doesn't work that way. You can't win every single day, but we've won every day this week, so that's all right. And we've won today. We can't lose money now. If everything goes Pete Tong, we'll still be up today and meeting all our targets. So high grade copper's absolutely storming it again, which is good. So what else can we actually trade? Let's go back and have a look. So this is a FTSE, of course. Be nice to get that hit. I'm going to put an alert on that in case it doesn't whack it. And I can, where's the alert? Get the alert on it. Bang. It's just nice to say that when I write the report, when I do the daily edge and post it out tomorrow, to say we did hit our targets. Of course, we hit the close, which was nice, and we got some nice trades out of that. So that was really, really good. And it'd be nice to say that we hit the high target as well, because we put all these words in, and I get AI to do an independent review of our performance. I'm quite happy that our performance is over 97%. Although we do win more than it says in the daily edge, because we do live trading here, and we can't have the crystal ball in every single trade you're going to do throughout the day. But the core trades, yeah. DAX. Wow, it smashed. See, it's done what it said on account, and we did say it would run away, and it has. It does it every Friday afternoon. These are the things about learning the personality. So as well as the strategies, what I've started doing in the room is you write the strategies, that's great, and you apply them to the assets, which is gold, copper, FTSE, DAX. But no one ever seems to teach people about the asset. They always leave people to try and learn. So what I'm going to be doing is, next one is the FTSE. We're going to write the personality of the FTSE down, what it does on a Monday, what it does on a Tuesday, what it does on the first of the month, what it does on Wednesday at 4:30, what it does at 10 o'clock, 10 past 10 precisely, what it does on the third Friday of every month. What does it do at the end of the month? What does it do at the end of the month when it's a Friday? What happens when gold goes up? How does it react to pharma, banks, copper, mining, oil? And how does that affect the person? How does the market react? So then we get all this intelligence, or people can have all the intelligence about a particular asset or the lump of treacle, or whatever people want to call it. And then they can pick the tool they're going to use to trade the treacle. And they're already set up with a very high probability of choosing the right direction for that asset and making money. And then we're going to do that for the DAX as well. We're going to do that for the S&P. And what else can I do it for? But it's just, people need to learn how to do all this and learn the asset. And if you're running on for an hour or two a day, it takes years to learn how the market is going to move and why it's going to move and how to respond to it. Because your view might be, oh, this market's going to go along and go along and go along. And if something happens in the world and you understand how that impact is going to impact your asset, you've got to be able to be nimble and change your view. It's no longer long because something else has happened and it's probably going to come off, to stop you hanging on to trades for too long. Cut your losses. The market, the economics have changed. Change your direction. I'm going to stop waffling now because I'll keep on going now. Right. So has anyone got any more questions on YouTube? I know I've run a little bit longer than I normally do. Most of the guys in the private trading room have buggered off. We got sick of me talking. Right. So look at this Dow. I don't think this Dow is going to really come down, is it? I'm going to leave this trade on, and we've got the puts on. Looks like we've had a push into R3 and it's rejecting. So the puts are in play. Yeah, actually learn. I would say if I was going to give any advice out, learn a couple of assets, maybe learn 3 assets. One in the European session, maybe the FTSE or the DAX, one in an indices, a cash market, learn a cash market for the morning, have a cash market for the afternoon, and then you need a commodity, something different in the market. So off the top of my head, FTSE or the DAX, S&P and gold. Silver's a good one as well. But if you had to choose, just have 3 assets, and you need a couple of strategies. You need a breakout strategy, fractal breaks, very powerful, very good, and go with the trend strategy. All you need. Couple of assets, couple of strategies, lots of patience, smash the button, and just click your rupees. Don't need anything fancy. Right, so we're going to leave that on. What's happened with NASDAQ? We had an order in for the NASDAQ, didn't we? So we needed that fractal break, and nothing's happened. So I'm going to stop trading after this. So I'm going to take off because it's not a core competency for our trading group. So we're not going to take that one. And we've got alerts on the US 500. That's not yet coming down. I might have to wait till 7:30 UK time for that to actually move. Gold. Well, gold, we haven't got that. We haven't got a break on gold to do. Let's have a 5-minute. We were talking about not taking markets as they were coming down to save your money. So if we get a 5-minute fractal on there, then we take a 5-minute fractal. What else? Now, the last 2 were natural gas and copper. Copper's coming a wee bit down. Do I want to just, let's have a look at where we are with copper. A bit of a helicopter view, turn the trades off, turn the fractals off. It's dropping in this consolidative area here, isn't it? This here actually could be setting up a reverse head and shoulders pattern. That's the left shoulder here. It could be setting the right shoulder up. But if it does do a head and shoulders reversal pattern, that just means the market's going to go up. Let's look at the 4-hour. No, I'm going to leave that to run. Going to leave that to a lock in 800. If we get stopped, then we'll have another go in it again. But if what I like to be able to do is if we lose, we win money anyway. And if it does drop down below this 200 EMA, then that's absolutely fine. If I'm around, I will just wait for a reversal pattern and get back in again. So that's high grade copper, nat gas. Nat gas, we're going to, right, it's quite interesting pattern here. Because that we've got the market putting in lower lows and lower highs. So what we don't want to do is try and catch a falling sword. Good way to lose your fingers. Yeah, I think I'll leave that order. I'd like to get up to the 38% Fibbo at least, and we could get a decent pull down on that. So I'm going to treat this with some alerts. Put that above that flat topped Heikenhashi there, and we'll alert every single time. Smash that alert. So the market reverses, we'll have some of that. If the market comes down further, move this a little bit further down to here, we'll get alerted there. So we're trapping the price, so we can be alerted at exactly what's going to happen. So hopefully the session's been useful to people. Sometimes it can be really boring, sometimes fast and furious, but hopefully when they are boring, we can do a bit of training in the meantime of how things work. But if there's anyone on YouTube that does not have the Daily Edge, go to the website and go and get it. It will change. We'll go to the website and have a look. Don't take my word for it. Have a look at all the reviews. It's crazy. If you're a trader that wants to trade seriously, then you need that type of information. It's all AI driven, technology driven. Any questions of anybody before I go? Oh, one thing I will say is I'm now streaming live on a Wednesday evening. We've got guys over in Australia, America, and over in Eastern Europe, and people that find difficulty trading in Northern European sessions. So I will be starting from next week, streaming on YouTube and trading live from 7:30 UK to 9 o'clock. So the last 1.5 hours into the US close. And we'll be looking at ripping some rupees out the market on mainly the S&P, gold, and natural gas, maybe a bit of crude as well. But we'll be every Wednesday. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because every time I put an invitation up or a live event up, it will give you a heads up that's going to happen. It will notify you, and so that could be quite good. That's if you're interested in trading on Wednesday evenings. So I'm going to say bye, everyone. I won't forget you, Egypt. I will get some on over the weekend.
All right, mate.
I'm losing my voice talking. I've been trading, sat here since 5:15 this morning, setting up bots, doing mentoring sessions and the like. And it's 4 o'clock. So I've done 11 hours on and off, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll go make some more rupees next week. So bye, everyone on YouTube, and ta-ra everybody on in the room. See you then,
Great
guys.
stuff. All right, have a good weekend.
You too. See you guys.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.